The United Nations says it is concerned about a number of human rights violations in the lead-up to the presidential elections in the DRC, the second such ballot since the end of brutal civil war. Despite concerns over the violence, electoral officials say the November 28th vote remains on schedule. Polls are seen as a crucial step towards stabilizing the vast mineral-rich nation, which is still recovering from a civil war that ended in 2003. More than 5 million people are said to have been killed in that war. Planning for the presidential and legislative polls has been dogged by logistical problems and the spiraling cost of getting ballots to the vast country. In the last poll in 2006, Congo relied heavily on foreign donors and United Nations peacekeepers. At this time, Kinshasa's government is leading the process, with international organizations playing a minimal role and providing less cash. Incumbent President Joseph Kabila is considered by some analysts as a favorite in the race, despite losing considerable support over his failure to tackle corruption or bring total peace to the country. Launching his campaign in Bukavu, the South Kivu province capital in eastern Congo, Kabila confined his promises to infrastructure.
The other big project that we plan is to tarmac all the roads, especially the road from Bukavu to Shabunda, as well as the road from Bukavu to Goma, passing by Kavumu.
Many Easterners find few good things to say about the DRC in the last 5 years. Pasi Kasente is the opposition UDPS party supporter in Lubumbashi.
We want someone who will set us on the straight and narrow here in Congo, because at the moment there is no order in the country. There are people who claim to be leaders. We are 100% poor. There is rape throughout Congo. People are dying of hunger. There are no hospitals. We are finished. We are nothing.
Although open conflict with homegrown Tutsi-led rebels has ended, fighting continues against Rwandan Hutu rebels in the east. Numerous Mai Mai militia groups routinely attack citizens as they engage government soldiers and each other. Mass rapes and other abuses are an ever-present threat for locals, raising doubts over the effectiveness of the Congolese army and the 17,000-strong UN peacekeeping force. Some see hope in Etienne Tshisekedi, a veteran opposition politician and leader of the Union for Democracy and Social Progress, UDPS. He has strong support in the Kasai provinces and the capital, Kinshasa. He is considered Kabila's closest rival. There have been frequent clashes between supporters of UDPS supporters and security forces, as well as supporters of Kabila, as the country edges closer to election day. Human rights activists warn that the country could erupt into war if the elections do not go well. Aneklet Shibalanga is a human rights activist.
There is a huge gap and mistrust between voters and security forces. We are afraid. There is intolerance between the two camps, the majority party and the opposition. There are strong tensions between the two camps that risk spilling over after the elections. One side is preparing to contest the polls, the other side is preparing to rig the polls.
Many voters bemoan the seemingly unending violence and the grinding poverty in a country so endowed with mineral wealth. Congo has about 4% of the world's copper reserves, produces about half of the world's cobalt, and is the largest supplier of tin ore in Africa. Although there is a central government, great swathes of that country are under the control of rebel groups that prowl the countryside, killing, torturing, raping, and plundering the natural wealth.